We were talking about the revenue, so $799 million above
for the fiscal year. Within we've got May, June, July, 3 months left.
That's good. Being the chair of House Public Utilities Committee, anything as far as the money is concerned? There was some reports that when that money comes in, we're not going to be able to do anything until the legislature meets in January. Is a special session going to be called, or how's that working?
Well, I think, Paul, from what I know, guidelines are still being, or we're still reviewing how the money can be spent. I don't. It's of course the governor's call to call a special session, but I don't see anything of really any urgency that would require us on that front. Yeah. On spending the Rescue Act money.
We're talking about over $1 billion.
Yeah, right. We're $1.9 billion, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, closer to almost $2 billion.
Right. So, but I don't see anything of any urgency that would require us to address that Rescue Act.
But from your committee, as far as House Public Utilities, as far as broadband and all that, you guys are still spending the money that we have in the kitty.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. So obviously, we put $150 million toward broadband expansion to the CARES Act last year. The co-ops are doing a fantastic job with that. And one part of the Rescue Act dollars was that the provision was water, sewer, and broadband infrastructure expansion. So, we'll be looking at things. We passed Senate Bill 2798 this year that allowed the investor-owned utilities, which specifically would be Entergy and Mississippi Power, to lease their unused fiber capacity in their electrical system to third parties for broadband expansion in the rural areas. They are not getting into the broadband business. They would just lease this fiber capacity that they have. So we're trying to, I'm not going to say use the term think outside the box, but just do things. If we have resources on hand that we can do and infrastructure and commodities that we already have in place, I think from a policy standpoint, we need to use that for broadband expansion.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, and that was just another way, for at least for the opportunity for a third party to take that unused fiber capacity, take it out to the rural areas, and try to get it.
Did you have any bills that came out that were signed by the governor?
Of course, the Senate Bill 2798 was the broadband bill. That was a Senate bill. PSC, they were needing some, the Public Service Commissioner, they were needing some hardware updates as far as the no-call system. Got that passed, got that built in where a one-time expenditure they could purchase that hardware. It's going to help a whole lot on their no-call system, I know, which is very important to a lot of people. Out of my committee, we just didn't have a lot of activity. Broadband really took the bulk of our time this year. We were
talking off the air here, and I want to make this point, too, as far as the not the medical marijuana, but the Medicaid expansion. And one of the things that I think we ought to look at as a criteria, because we got, 729 million, somewhere around 730 or something million people, thousand people,
right.
On as far as our population on Medicaid.
Correct.
And this initiative would increase it, 2 to 300,000?
I understand 240 to 300,000.
And is that a moving target, or is that locked into the Constitution?
I haven't seen how the initiative is written. No. I do not know, but I think it's a moving target. I don't think it would be locked far as a number, but I will tell you this: that if you add people to the Medicaid rolls or any government program, where the government is funding it, it's extremely, extremely difficult to ever go back and.
Oh, it is. It is. And one of the points I was making on here is that 729,000, if you look at them historically, generationally, is the reason we do this as a people, regardless of who it is, regardless of the agency. We're there not to babysit or maintain poverty. All of these bills are to help you climb out of that. These are safety baskets, whether it's SNAP, no matter what it is.
Unemployment.
So the next generation does not need this. Then you go back and you look at the 730,000, whatever it happens to be, and you say that the vast majority of these people are not any better now than they were 2 or 3 generations ago. They historically stay on that program. So is that adding another 300,000 that we know are going to be there, and we're going to maintain that for who knows how long?
I think, and I'm going to go back to what I said originally, I think it's a safe assumption to say that they will be there. That number will be there. Close to 1 million people could be on our Medicaid
Give
rolls.
me a shot on the we overtalked. Give me a shot on the Neshoba County Fair quickly.
July 23rd through the 30th. Great lineup. People are ready to get back to the fair. Obviously, we didn't have it last year. 2 days of political speaking, July 28, 29.
You got the headliners and all those yet?
Oh yeah.
Would you come back in a couple of weeks and give us all that one?
Absolutely,
we'll
love to. Absolutely.
Always. Hey, it's my fault. We got too many things to talk about.
I'd come back.